Now, it's been called the biggest treatment disaster in NHS history. Thousands of people with haemophilia were infected with hepatitis C or HIV in the 1970s and 80s when they were given transfusions with contaminated blood.
Well, today, partway through a public inquiry into the scandal, ministers met with victims and their families to discuss compensation. Compensation which the families say is long overdue. Among them was Sue Gorman from Tainted, whose husband Steve died last year after coping with the effects of hepatitis C. Fiona Irving reports.
For decades they've been fighting for recognition and equal compensation. Today ministers met with some victims, but for many it led to more frustration.
Nothing has moved forward, there's been no change, there's been no commitment to change.
Sue Gorman's husband Steve died in 2018. His liver failure caused by a contaminated blood product given to him in the 1980s.
For me, there can be no justice because Steve isn't here and we won't have those twilight years together sitting in front of the fire with our carpet slippers and our grandchildren visiting and successful careers behind us. So I don't know what justice is anymore.
This was supposed to be the wonder drug. Called Factor VIII, it helped haemophiliacs who were born with a blood clotting disorder. Much of the donated blood for its production was from prison inmates in the US who had been paid for their contribution. Mark Ward was given Factor VIII as a child. He's angry he wasn't at the meeting today to represent the gay community.
The government are still saying, well, no, the gay community, the ones we blamed for the haemophiliacs being infected, we're not going to invite them. And the people within my community who are still living in the shadows because they can't come out about their HIV or even their sexuality, they've been denied a voice.
It's been a long battle. It was back in the 70s and 80s, people with haemophilia and other bleeding disorders were given blood products infected with HIV and hepatitis viruses. In 1991, the NHS started screening all blood products. Then, nearly 4 decades after the scandal began, last year the government launched a full inquiry into contaminated blood.
Very, very negative afternoon. We had hoped that after all this time, and there had been indications, straws in the wind, that things might change, but no, they haven't changed this afternoon.
It is still a long road to justice. Fiona Irving, BBC South East Today.